Hello, everyone. Mr. Koenig here. Welcome to the first day of homeroom, Tuesday, September 8th, 2020. First day of virtual learning. Congratulations, you made it to the homeroom. Typically, we have some time reserved for get to know you activities and things like that. Rest assured, we will do those, but we are going through a full schedule today. So my first and primary concern is that you know where to go, when to go there, and how to access links in Google Classrooms, etc. Okay. All right, so here we go. You are in a Google Classroom called Homeroom Mr. Koenig 2020, 2021. You'll notice a time right here. This class meets between 9 and 9:30. These are not yet released, but you will, when you're here on Tuesday, I'm pre-recording this, you will see an announcement about welcome to homeroom and what you should be doing for the day. And you will also have the homeroom Zoom link. So hopefully you're able to get here and access that. All right, so what we're actually going to be working on today is getting your schedule all set to go. So when you get into this homeroom, Mr. Koenig 2020, 21, you're going to click over to this classwork section. This is kind of where you're going to go for almost everything in classes that is things you have to do. All right, so click on this virtual schedule. When you click on the virtual schedule, it's going to bring up something that says My Schedule, and then it's going to have your name after it right here. You each got a copy. Okay, so how are you going to fill this out? And let me just kind of walk you through what this is and how it might help you navigate your day. All right, so you're going to put your name up here, virtual schedule, Q1. Okay, homeroom meets from 9 to 9:30. As I said before, I'm Mr. Koenig, so you can fill that out. There's my spelling of my name. It's also on the Google Classroom. Google Classroom name, pretty easy. We can go back here. Homeroom, Mr. Koenig, 2020, 2021. So we'll just say homeroom, Mr. Koenig, 2020, 21. If you're already in the Google Classroom, you don't necessarily need to fill out this column that says Google Classroom code. You're already in, so you probably won't need it unless you get kicked out again, in which case you can ask me for the code or get the link from me. If you want to fill it in anyway, let's go back to the stream. There it is, V22CLPZ. Excuse me. So we could fill that in, V22CLPZ. And maybe you'd be able to help out classmates that aren't able to log in by at least giving them the code. If you have a friend that's struggling or whatever, you could text them the code or send them a message or whatever you might use to get a hold of your friend. All right, so Zoom link. Available 2 spots. For homeroom, it's going to be available right here. So you can click on this and then you'll bring up the link. Control-C, copy. Control-V to paste. So let's say I wanted to actually do that. I could bring up this meeting. I click in the search bar. I'm hitting Control and C. Do that one more time. Control and C. I'm going back to my schedule. And I'm hitting Control-V right here. Maybe. There it is. Okay, so it finally pasted, just taking a little while, but now I have the link to access my Zoom if I want it here. All right, the Zoom password for anything that you have with either myself or Mr. Blau is Gandhi. So hopefully you can remember that, at least for your core classes, that the password for all the Zooms will actually be the same. Typically, most classes, though, you will access that Zoom link from the classwork section. The part where it says contact, and of course right now it's my name, but it'd be a different teacher's name for a different Google Classroom. So it says sign up to Zoom with Mr. Koenig. That's if you want help, or you have the homeroom Zoom link right here, which you can click on, password Gandhi. So share that wide with your friends. Now you may be asking like, okay, yeah, I'm here, I get it, Mr. Koenig homeroom, now what? Okay, so I sent out to all of you via email today, which is, as you're listening to this, it's last week, Thursday, the 3rd of September. But you will see in my sent messages, here you all are. So if you go to your email and search for schedule in all caps, you have all been emailed a copy of what your daily schedule looks like and weekly schedule. So you go there and click on your name. That would be Amari, Laura, everyone's here. So go there, click on your schedule. Here's what a sample one looks like and how I can use that with my schedule. All right, so here's a sample schedule. All right, here we are, Tuesday, homeroom, 9 to 9:30. Now, some of the times are a little bit off on here, so check your Google Classrooms for what the actual times are, but they're all pretty close. All right, 9:30, this sample schedule. This sample student goes to Humanities with Mr. Blau. So they need to make sure that they have joined the Google Classroom for Mr. Blau's Humanities class. So they have that from 9:30 to 11. 11 to 11:40, this would actually be as music with Mr. Frederick. So they need to make sure they have that Google Classroom. And then you just kind of go through your day like that. Gym, Phi-Ed, 11:40 to actually 12:10. The times are a little off. Math is the next thing on this person's schedule. So that's a class that they have with me. They need to make sure they're in my Google Classroom. And then the Zoom links are also there. So that class meets from 12:10 to 1:10, or excuse me, 12:10 to 1. And there's lunch from 1 to 1:30, and then it comes back again for the second part of that course from 1:30 to 2:10. Their final course is an Avid class with Miss Fahy from 2:10 to 3:42. Now notice a couple things you'll want to pay attention to. Your last class of the day will be, many of you will have a Monday, Tuesday class and a Thursday, Friday class that is different. So you see this person, Monday, Tuesdays, they have Avid. However, on Thursdays and Fridays, they have my class. So as you're filling out your schedule, you need to kind of be aware of that. And I put that in for you so that you can, actually do that. So that person would put Avid here for Monday, Tuesday, and my class here for science for Thursday and Friday. Okay. So hopefully we will be able to fill in as much of this as possible today and move throughout our day and get into the Zooms we need to get into and get into the Google Classrooms we need to get into. One last important thing to add is you will need to check your email for Campus Messenger messages that would include all the links to join any Google Classrooms. Please message me, email me, or other teachers if you are missing any of that information that you need to get into your classes. So the goal of this homeroom is to have this schedule filled out. Again, this is something we can also work on Wednesday for the asynchronous day. That's where you don't have to log on to this homeroom and see me tomorrow. But something you could work on if you don't finish in class today. All right, hope this will help you, and I will see you on Thursday.